test. Okay, this is for everybody at home watching the quarterfinal. The final will be streamed on the main arena table, which is going to be over on SWT live streams. So once the semi-final finishes, both semi-finals, we will be transferring over to SWT live streams. Commentary mic test. Okay, this is for anyone joining as early as soon as the semi-finals finish, which we are just viewing at the moment on from the Village Sports Bar streams. We'll be rejoining the final on the arena table. We have a tantalising last frame on table 10 with Sean Moore and Phil Hoskins on 6-all. One frame shootout for a place in the final. Difficult to see who's at the table at the moment. Phil at the table. Opting to play yellows. One yellow down the rail. And the yellow next to the black are the only two that could cause a problem. Looks like Phil is looking to kiss the yellow off the other yellow. At some point. Maybe develop the black at the same time. Purposely left himself a shallower angle by moving forward with the white. The white ball's going to be coming away from the traffic. I'm assuming he will try and pot it off the yellow. It looks like he's left himself a perfect angle for the yellow to the bottom left. There's not much room for error for the remaining yellow. Needs to be able to find the gap between the reds. That's if he can get through to the pot on the yellow. Looks like it might be a bit tight. Pretty certain that if it went, he'd be taking it on by now. He's obviously recalculating. So we have our first finalist, Bill Hoskins. Through to the final. And he's going to be facing either Richie Oliver or Curtis Lee, which we've got on our stream at the moment, that we're borrowing from the Village Sports Bar. We will be streaming the final live on the main arena cameras. In the meantime, we'll just watch out the end of this semi-final and see who Phil Hoskins is going to be playing for the winner of the second IM main series 2025. Okay, welcome back to SWT live streams. We've now got our final on the main stream table. And the final is between Curtis Lee and Phil Hoskins. We're just about to lag. Big shout out to Thomas, our referee for the day. He's been here since 9 AM this morning, overseeing all the actions we required in a referee, keeping the tables in pristine condition and the balls. And being the final, the players will have the luxury of a referee marking and setting the balls on each occasion. Welcome to any of our new viewers that have been watching the Village Sports Bar streams all day on the dual stream. So it was Phil to break and scratch him with the white. Curtis with a free visit. It would look like Curtis is opting for reds. He uses his free visit to move the one red, which is doesn't have a pocket available to herself at the moment. There we have Curtis nominating reds after his free visit. Got the two reds next to each other over the centre pocket, which, looking at that angle, won't plant. They are available in other pockets, so you may decide to leave them where it is. try and drop in behind him for a pot to one of the top corners. Looks like he's going to have to take this plant on to continue with the break. That was a surprising miss from Curtis. I honestly didn't see Phil coming to the table this early. Again, no disrespect to both players. I think both of them would have potted in 99.9 times out of 100. They've just come from straight from a semi-final each, straight onto the final table. I think both have been here since 9-10 AM this morning. It's been a long, hard day. Final table that would have been brushed and cleaned. Balls would have been polished. We'll forgive them early mistakes. Looks like Curtis is now back on track. I wonder if you opt to take the long red before this one to the centre. It's a little bit difficult from our angle. Whether you can hold by taking the one to the centre first. I think he's considering the options. My personal opinion, I think the more difficult pot to the top left will afford him better position. But Curtis will know when he's behind the cue, behind the cue ball, whether he can hold it off this red to the centre. Yeah, by taking that one, the more difficult pot would certainly give him far better opportunity to clear the table. Little mistake there. Not catastrophic, but he would have liked to have passed that red, pretty certain. Nothing to do with the white ball here, just make certain of the pot. They can be tricky, these mid cuts to the centre, and catch a knuckle on the way in. That will be Curtis opening up his account in the final. And unlike most tournaments, they are races to 7 right the way through. First round to the final. Centrist break from Curtis. Spreading the boards really well. Taking out 2 reds in the process. A little bit congested on this bottom left hand side as we look at the overhead. Didn't we see that reds would be the optimal ball? But unless those 2 at the bottom, yellows are a plant, then yellows could be two yellows are a plant, then it was a good choice by Curtis to take yellows. If they were a plant, they're certainly not now. It's definitely some work to be done after that shot. By moving the red over the pocket, he's created a bigger problem. That's when you start chasing yourself and chasing the cue ball. Trying to force shots, make amends for a small mistake. But Curtis would have been there 1,000 times. Without a doubt. He would quite adapt to overcome his small problems. Is there enough of an angle for him to run the yellow across the rail and kiss off the red? And red's too far out, unfortunately. Yeah, the camera angle made it look a lot closer than it actually was. He's playing this with a lot of left hand side. Phil at the table on reds. Very clever shot there. Snuggering Curtis, I believe, on all 3 reds. Referee's having a good look. See if there's any gaps. They took a look from overhead. I wouldn't like to call that one if I was a referee. While we were away from the table, we don't know what the referee called, so it could or could not be a total. That's a fantastic pot, swerving through the gap. Unlucky for the white to land where it was. I can find a pot here. There's a great chance for him to take these reds out. Just the one red.
which, although not difficult, could create a problem, and this will be the red here. Not a huge amount to do with the cue ball. Come low enough to make sure the white travels back up the table. Pick a pocket for the black. Wouldn't be happy leaving the white against the cushion, but I don't think it'll be a problem. And there we go. Phil opens up his account in the final 1-all. Just away from the mic a little moment there while I was away. Curtis obviously on reds. Great opportunity to go 2-1 up. The red in the centre of the table, which I need a little bit of thought. Sometimes you can have too many options when a ball is in the middle of the table like that, so when you have to take the plant or take the pot. Hopefully that's not run too far. At the pace of the white ball, but he comes back and forth twice. Just one cushion was outside. There you have it. Curtis opening up a 2-1 lead. To this point in the evening, I hope everybody that's been watching from home or wherever it is on your devices, work or home, holiday, you've enjoyed the amount of pool that's been on show on both the stream channels, SWT live streams and the Village Sports Bar. I know it's not always possible to get the venues and watch these matches live. Always the better experience in my opinion, but second best is being able to watch it at all. And hopefully we've come across with some decent streaming. Had a few hiccups on the way, but as I explained to everybody, we're not Sky Sports or BBC Sports, we do our best. Up to the match. I believe it's Phil to break. No, it's Curtis to break. Again, splitting them really well. Should drop a red en route. Not a huge amount to choose between either. Red's small favourite. Anybody's got any comments they'd like to add in the chat, please feel free. We have been trying to get some interviews put together throughout the day today, the players, but due to several factors, technical faults, manpower, and a lot of shyness from some of the players. But hopefully, when this match is finished, we'll be able to get a chat with at least one, if not both the players. I know we managed on the last IM to get an interview with both of these, Phil and Curtis. After the second season or second series, could end up looking like the Phil and Curtis show on the highlight reel for the interviews. After snubbing himself, Curtis grabs the cue ball, giving a free visit to Bill. He promptly brings out one of his loose yellows. I can see a couple of ways of working around these yellows, but I'm pretty certain that Phil will have his own route in his mind. Doesn't hang about. Some players like to methodically work their way through, check the angles, check the lengths. Other players just instinctively know. Takes years and years and years of practice. So as quick as that. Well, brings it back to 2-all. Both of these had a 6-6 semi-final and one on the hill. There's every chance this could go the same way, 6-6. And we'll have a one-frame shootout. Thomas Heal, our referee, making 100% certain that every rack is as tight and accurate as possible. Such a big part of the game. The modern game of pool, the break, really can make a huge difference. Difference between winning and losing on most occasions. The less gaps or the tighter those balls are together, better opportunity to get a great split like that. There's a hell of a thump. Unfortunately, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls found their way against the side cushion. 4 of them being yellows, so I'm pretty certain whoever's at the table, I think it was Phil's break, will be looking to play reds. He only one to develop. Almost certainly the best of the two colours on this particular frame. Oh, and if I just pulled up a little more, would have been a perfect angle to bring the red out. As it is now, I think I rolled too far. He'd still take the pot on, but I think the intention was to bring the red out for this pot. The only difference now is he might actually bring the yellow out instead of the red. Oh, there we go. Opted just to take it out anyway. Leave it for another visit. And positively, the plan was to pot the red into the bottom right hand corner with enough angle to bring the red out. Just roll that little one roll too far. Well, Curtis on yellows. Got some work to do. As a pool player, I certainly hate to see balls stuck against the cushions. When I'm playing, far away from any standard of these two gentlemen, but they might make them 5 times out of 10. I might make it half, one at tops. Eyeing up the skill shot. I think it might just be off. Oh, actually no, this wasn't eyeing the skill shot, he's eyeing up the gap. Could pinch this off the knuckle. If he goes for power, he's going for the pot. If he's just going to trickle, yep. That's slightly unfortunate, although he's got a pot to the red in the centre. He is going to cannon the other red towards the 2 yellows. He's fully aware of that. Could end up killing that red on this shot. Unless he goes for an extreme cutback. Maybe just enough pace to keep it alive. Any harder than that, red definitely would have died behind those 2 yellows. This certainly isn't a gimme. He's the wrong side of the pot to get down for the black. He's going to have to do some magic with the cue ball. The check side. Left himself really hampered. Breaking down on the cue ball. Which will almost certainly take away the angle. Gonna have to rectify. And there we go, seen it straight away, seen the cue ball spinning. Picking up pace inside as it travelled along. Okay, this is a lot of work to do. And then 3 yellows against the cushions. Doesn't have a easy opener. A fine cut to the centre. White's going to be travelling around the table. Could be a natural angle to cannon the reds off, but no, doing for the safety. I don't think there's a natural angle for Phil to hit this black. You have to play it with a little bit of side. Only got this area of the cushion to hit. Unless he's going to arc around and try and come off the bottom cush. Good job. You know, that is what experience teaches you. There's many a player that would not have even considered that shot. Not only did he bring out a dead ball, he covered a bag and got the snooker all in one. So he's negated the black going in at least top right hand corner as we are looking at it. Curtis might just, yep, I was going to say, might just tap this to put the yellow over the centre bag. So we've gone from 4 dead yellows on cushions down to 1. We're looking at a cock hat into the top left hand corner as we look at it. Black off 2 cushions. There is an angle there to do it, but it's a possibility you might end up double kissing the black on the way around with the white. Going off the bottom cushion, right hand cushion, top corner. Not a million miles away. Oh, if you got a better flick on the yellow, that certainly would have gone in. Fortunately for Phil, he landed the black in no man's land. So we're just going to have a bit of a free run at this. And here comes number 4, off the 4, off the rail. Is there value in potting this and taking out the clearance, or just going for the cover? And they don't call him the grinder for nothing. It's on the back of his shirt if anybody spotted it. There's a gap there. I think Phil's looking possibly to squeeze the white behind the yellow. It might be a potting angle. Maybe thinking one step further. Phil there. You can possibly nudge the black a little bit further. Could have been looking at a skill shot. Black onto yellow, but I don't think he's got anywhere to hide now. He's going to have to take this pot on, off the cushion. Almost certainly going to be cannon into the yellow. He doesn't pot the black. He could pot the yellow. Oh, I played it with deep screw. So, Curtis ground him down from what was an extremely bad set of yellow balls. Got every single one out in the open and the black in the centre of the table, so this is now Curtis's to lose. Just overhit that one slightly. Still got options. I personally think the option this one is the one at the top. More difficult part, but again I think that would afford him the best opportunity, but Curtis is behind the queue, not me. Seems a pretty natural angle, just run the cue ball through, come down behind the yellow, the opposite corner pocket. Be a little careful on this one. The natural angle is sending it towards the corner pocket, so he's going to have to put some action on the cue ball. Did the screw from the side. It's black for a 3-2 lead. And so far it's all going to script. 1-1, 2-2. 3-2. Is it going to be 3-all after this frame? Great opportunity here for Curtis to break the deadlock in his final. Take a 2-frame advantage or 2-frame lead. This last red definitely not, and yellow definitely not a gimme. Needs to find the right angle. Now this yellow is easily potable, but he's going to be cannoning into the red. And it depends which side of the red he cannons into. He'll either clear the black or cover it. Yeah. Playing with a lot of side to squeeze through the gap so that the red wouldn't bounce off the cushion and cover the pot. The amount of side he put on just took it away from the pot. Yellow not dropping. Oh, the referee's gonna definitely have a look at this one. This could be a re-rack. I can see the referee possibly picking a white up yet. Just checking the gap. Well, if Curtis isn't asking, he's obviously confident there's enough room. Or has the referee gone to collect the white? Both players have stood still, so looks like we are waiting for the referee to find a cue ball. See if there's a gap. Take a look over red. Yeah, I think there's a gap. As you can see here, the referee. So that's not going to be called as a re-rack. A nigh on impossibility to hit. In the way the balls are lying at the moment with the cue ball behind the black and all the traffic at the top, there is no natural up and down angle. This so the commentator's curse of me telling that Curtis could possibly break the deadlock. I'm not 100% certain what happened there, other than Curtis giving the frame away. Can't for the life of me see that both players would have asked for a re-rack. Certainly Phil was in the driving seat there. I haven't seen any change to the score, so this is when we're just going to have to sit and wait, I think. See exactly what the outcome of that was. My only opinion is that Curtis conceded the frame. Take a look at the score in a moment. Nothing's been refreshed. Has the referee just made an alteration to the scoreboard? And indeed, Curtis obviously conceded the frame. So we stay at the deadlock situation. Well, I certainly think that both players have found their break in this final. All 6 breaks so far have been nigh on pristine. I think there was one scratch on the break. Balls are spreading well. They are making balls on the break. Sometimes you just can't count for a scratch off the break. Balls travelling everywhere, can on the white anywhere on the table, but they spread well. There isn't a huge amount for Phil to go at. Don't think he can make the yellow in the bottom left hand corner. Don't think it's forward enough for the red, for the pot. He has got the long yellow to the bottom right hand corner. Looking at it as it stands, yellows are only just the favourite colours. Fantastic shot. The one yellow that would have created a problem has now been dissolved. The only yellow that's going to create any problems is the one next to the red, the left hand side. Bottom, as we look at it, it does pot. It just needs the right angle from the cue ball. It's all about the angle left after this yellow go in. You must leave the white where the yellow was. And as quick as that, Phil takes the lead. And I'm not 100% certain whether Phil has been the chaser throughout this match. 1 frame behind, equal, 1 frame behind. That may be the first time he's been in front. I haven't really paid that much attention, but the deadlock continues. An opportunity here for Curtis. He could decide to take on the skill shot at the bottom right hand corner as we're looking at it. Instead he opted to bring the yellow out. I say for another day. Times you've got to think when Phil's playing, is anything safe? You can find shots from all kinds of positions. Very good shot maker. And the red that's next to the yellow. In theory, could be used as a skill shot to the corner, which you may decide to take on here. But did Curtis make the right call by bringing that yellow out? This will be the shot to determine that. If the skill shot comes off, then I think it's going to be Phil's frame. I think Curtis had an opportunity to do the same kind of shot earlier. And he elected to get the yellow out instead. Oh. Well, I would have put my mortgage on that not happening. Lapse of concentration from Phil, I think, there. Both players, Curtis and Phil, both had a great opportunity to go 2 frames clear in this match. Curtis threw away a golden opportunity 2 frames ago. And I believe Phil have just possibly done the same. And that 2 frame advantage in a game this tight can make so much of a difference. Just that extra little bit of breathing space between you and your opponent when you're chasing each other 1 frame after the other. But true to form, just like both their semi-finals, this really could have 6-6 written all over it. So this black for Curtis to bring it back 4-all. There we have it. And I think it's a case of who's going to blink first. Both players have led. Both players have had the opportunity to increase their lead. Where's your money on, people? Comments in the section. Who does everybody think is going to win this final? some unknown reason, Curtis was physically sprinting around the table. All of a sudden, you see the problem that's in front of him. He only got one ball to really go at the pot. And there wasn't a huge amount to go afterwards, and that's the reason why. The referee will just check whether it's touching ball. Nod the head, says no. So Curtis is going to have to play away and make contact with the cushion. Lost a little bit of focus on our balls then. This frame has turned out to be a bit of a thinker for both players. Closer and closer we get to that 7 deadline. While it's tie all the way through, both players are going to start thinking a little more deeply into their shot selection. Nobody wanted to give an advantage to their opponent. That's a stinker of a place for the white to land. In the normal circumstances, reasonably easy pot on the red. He's jacking right over, bent over the table, running away from his eye line. He's gonna... I don't think there's a cutback. Could be extremely brave. take on that shot, but be suicidal at this point in the match, possibly. But there's not many places you can hide the white ball from where it is at the moment. You could play safe by sneaking the red in front of the yellow, but he's only going to be creating a problem for himself later. There is the possibility of the red he's next to down into the bottom far red. Looks like he's just going to put the red in front of the yellow. Played out with the full intention of getting the white back down the table. Just seeing if either of those reds go into the centre. And if either or both do, it's got a great opportunity to take this pot on to the top left hand corner as we look at the long screen. The natural angle will leave him on the other yellow. He can afford to come high or low on that to get himself back down the table. If he drops this one in, could be a frame ball. I think as a commentator I gotta stop talking. He's talking about a shot that's coming. Start talking about the shot that's just happened. Seems to be every time I open my mouth they miss a pot. Well, I'm going to say it. Give the same chance to Curtis. This could be frame ball. So Phil takes the lead one more time, 5-4. And Curtis might just be giving himself a little kick up the backside in his mind. That yellow he missed. I don't think there's any need to. It wasn't the easiest yellow, but I think he knew if he had potted it, the frame was at his mercy. And we get the opportunity to see Thomas, our referee, getting this rack as tight as possible. Always amazes me when you see the referees with the cotton gloves on, and I don't know if you've ever tried racking a ball up in a tight triangle. You've got to try and pull one out without cotton gloves off. With clean balls, they slip all over the place. Amazes me how they manage to pick the ball out of the triangle with those gloves on. But there we go. It's the break. Phil may have just taken a small toilet break. On this opportunity to again thank our sponsors, Rotec, Jack Sullivan and KAG. Thank you very much for their participation and their help in supporting. and sponsoring the events. And if any of the company directors or owners are watching, I can only personally apologise for not giving the huge amount of your time for your logos and your business today, but I've kind of been stuck on my own and trying to do interviews and commentaries and run the stream. And I can assure you, it's greatly appreciated. All three fantastic companies. I guarantee in the next IM event I'll give you a lot more retail space. So back to the game. I think that's possibly the first, maybe the second dry break of this final. Still giving this a lot of thought. Working his way around the table. There are openers, both sets. Myself, I think, if you can drop a yellow and easily land on the next yellow, that's the colour of choice. I think he's managed to do both of those. And the yellow next to the two reds in the almost the centre of the table. No, I thought it might be a bit tight to go to the centre pocket, but absolutely flies in. At this precise moment in time, Phil is doing nothing more than just working his route out. Waving his hands there, begging the ball for an extra bounce, an extra roll or two. Sometimes it's quite funny to watch all players, myself included, waving our hands at the balls, begging them to roll a little bit further. Trying to defy the laws of physics with wishing. We covered that well. Maybe a fortunate glance off the red to roll the cue ball down a little bit. And again, an absolute peach of an opportunity to take a 2-frame lead. Just gone begging. And I think both players, Phil and Curtis, have done that maybe twice each. And I could personally say I don't think it would be from inexperience. I don't think it'd be from a twitch or nerves. Could be possibly the respect they got for each other as players, knowing that the other player can do the damage. 3 or 4 really uncharacteristic misses from both players. steal the frame. Now it's Curtis's opportunity to draw it back 5-all. And stick to the game plan. The rules that were written in the stars of this game. Get to 6-all. I think Curtis is fully aware he's been gifted an opportunity here. That's why he's taking every ounce of time and effort into working these reds out. I think he certainly knows that had that yellow dropped, he certainly would have been looking at a 6-4 deficit. And that may have just cheated him up for the remainder of these 4 or 5 reds. And that red he's just landed on the top cushion. That, I believe, is definitely going to be the frame ball. Definitely doesn't want to be low and he doesn't want to be too high. He wants this with the perfect potting angle to get the white back down the table. That's looking pretty good. The angle which equals the pace. If you have too much pace on these kind of shots, they will rattle. This, I think, is the frame ball. And it drops. And that's just about perfect. As long as it's not too straight. Oh. He's almost dead straight. He's got a bit of angle he can work with, but does he just trickle it through and go for the red to the centre? I think that's the only shot he had. And again, he might have just been a bit choked. He could be cannoning into the black from this red. He might just go past centre of black, which will possibly leave him a shot. No. One good double. Gotta be a double, I can't see any other way out of it. There's no way to hide. The yellows are sitting there waiting. And there it is. So as per the script, Curtis brings back to 5-all. I was away from the microphone a little while there. Needed to water the horse, as they say. And as I come back, I see that Phil had the first opportunity this frame, and could have a second opportunity. Only assume Curtis was trying to pot that yellow, at that red, sorry. Now, I'm no Phil Hoskins, but I think I'd be taking the one down the rail first. Oh, it was a fantastic shot to find the gap between those reds and not canning any of them. That was a really, really good positional shot. I honestly thought that he would definitely can, and that's why I said the one down the rail first, but played that really well. Loads of left hand side on this one. Trying to straighten it back off the bottom rail. Put himself in a little bit of a hole. No need to rush it now, just think about it. There's value in hitting the yellow full ball from behind. Knocking the red away from the centre pocket and leaving the yellow there. That would only be knocking the yellow that way. Opted to try and land behind the yellow. I don't think there's two difficult pots for the reds left on the table. Curtis really doesn't have to do a lot with the white here. They should all be pretty close to dead weight shots. Left centre, bottom left, top right. With enough angle to bring the cue ball down. I'm pretty certain he would have tried to hold for this red a little bit straighter down the rail. Difficult when he was queuing so close to the cushion, but might be some value in refusing this time and taking possibly the other one. Backed himself for the potting ability. Almost back in prime position. Just don't want to leave himself low or high as we look at it on this red against the rail. Some sort of angle. Oh, he's losing it. Playing it. Okay. Could have done a little bit better with that red, but first objective gained. So maybe that shot I spoke about earlier. I think he definitely should be putting his cue ball in hand, playing the white from behind the bulk line. Absolutely fine what he did there, but horrible things can happen on a pool table. I could have caught a knuckle, it could have bounced white could have overrun, but he backed himself, put the red into a easier portable position. If you can land with a straight pot on this red to the centre, or straight-ish. Ideally, like the white exactly where the red is. That's absolutely perfect. Drop this in dead white. Leave the white exactly where the red is. And during the setup of these balls for this final, I think you could laser point every single one for every single setup, and I think you'll find that our referee's done a fantastic job of putting everyone in pretty much identical spot every time. Oh, Curtis O'Neill. One frame in front. If there was ever a time where you needed to go two in front, this would be it, because it would guarantee you the match and the final and the tournament. Great break to start. Four reds out in the open. The red next to the yellow. Almost touching the yellow. Doesn't seem to want to go to the bottom right pocket as we look at it. It will go to the left centre. Great opportunity here for Curtis. If you're looking that far in front, there's only two balls he needs to concern himself with. That's the red next to the yellow on the black. And both of them, for all intents and purposes, could be sorted with one shot. But that's jumping ahead a little. There's 5 other balls before them too he needs to deal with. That's if he opts for reds. I can't see any reason why he wouldn't, but let's see what route he's chosen. Looks like he's looking to separate that red at this point. And he's took his eye off the pot in doing so. I think if that red had gone in the centre, the frame again was at his mercy. And again the curse of being two in front has come to bite. I'm pretty confident this frame had 6 all written all over it. I think it was written in the last page of the Bible, or the Quran, or any other religious text. maybe just a roll too far, but and that triangle for the white travelling back down the table now is going to be not what he was looking for. I think he's going to have to put some right hand side on this, unless he's going to power it. There must be a plant available. He must have been playing for a plant. It's got to be made. It's not straight. Oh. So again, I can't see Phil taking this frame at this visit. Gonna take all his knowledge to find a spot for that white ball. The red over the centre pocket, and it's been called touching by the referee. He could try and, well, whenever he puts his white ball, that red in the centre is going to be potable. He could play off the knuckle and bring the red out. So, second chance for Curtis. Can he separate the red and black at some point after or during these 4 reds? And if he can't separate them, will they separate kindly? Well, he ought to take it now. If he's got the angle, he can come off the bottom push. Knock the red up the table rather than canning it into the black. It depends whether he can squeeze through. Oh, just clipped the side of it and brought it out absolutely perfectly. Now, I ain't gonna shut my mouth. You can all see where I can see. No commentator's curse here. Silence from me for the next 30 seconds. And there we have it. No commentator's curse. Curtis eventually takes that 2-frame lead, and in doing so takes the tournament, the final. Two great players. Played an absolutely great final. Any one of the two could have come away victor. On this particular occasion, it was Curtis Lee who takes away our second IM main event. And great camaraderie between all the players. And there he is at the camera. Thanks to everybody that came, took part today. If you didn't take part, turning up, supporting the club, supporting the venue, supporting the players. Good luck to everybody in the next IM qualifiers. Hope to see you in the next IM main event. And there is what everybody came for, that lump of cash. And Phil being our WPA chairman, it'll be his duty to hand out the dough. And our great tournament director, great bar staff, and one of the two of the last remaining customers, and Thomas, our referee, and myself. My name is Scott of SWT Livestreams. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Take care. Have a great time. We may be able to get an interview with winners and losers today. In the meantime, go back and give our sponsors a shout out. Thank you very much to Jack Sullivan Wines and Spirits, Flowtech Group, and KAG Landscaping and Groundworks. Really appreciate all your support, your help in sponsoring the event, and your logos and other comments that I've been making through the day will live long on YouTube. So everybody, if you're in need of any of their services, show your support, give them a call. Thank you everybody. I'll just leave the live stream running to see whether we can get an interview or chat with any of the players. Take care and have a good evening.
I was just, come on, Kurt, get over the line. And lucky for me, Phil had a bit of bad run and missed the odd ball. And I was just happy to get a 7-5 win in the end. Really happy.
What time did you arrive today? Was you one of the
Well,
early ones, or
I know I was quite lucky. I got here just before 12. I went on at 12, but I think in a well done to Laura today, because I think the tournament run really well. It ran really smoothly, and I felt like I was just playing continuously all day, and the tables play lovely, and I've worked hard.
Yeah,
Mr. Steve Skinner had a talk in with me the other week, and I've been putting a lot of work in over the last couple of weeks, and it's nice for it to pay off. And I'm in a good place. Well,
it certainly showed on your performance throughout the day. Semi-final, 6-all. I believe it was 6-all.
No, I won 7-4 against Rich Oliver. That was my closest match today. I was coming through pretty comfortable, to be honest.
It was Phil. It was a 6-all.
No, I was 7-5.
Well, anyway, fantastic, great. There's your trophy. You are our second IM main series winner. Take it home, enjoy the money, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much, Scott. Cheers.
All right, all the best. What I'd like to do now is invite, unfortunately, our runner-up, Mr. Hoskins, WPA chairman. Right, Phil? All right.
Scott? Yeah.
Bit of a pill to swallow there, but what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I missed a couple of chances. I had a bit of bad run at the end, but pool gods have been with me most of the day, so I can't complain.
I don't know how much you'd be saying to Curtis. I was commentating on that match right way through, and it was like if anybody could have took a 2-frame lead, it was going to be their match. And you was in front by 1, then you come back, then you went in front by 1, and you come back all the way right the way through. And at 6-5, it had 6-6 written all over it, but Curtis just got over the line there right at the very end.
Yeah, I had a sticky finish. I think it was to go 6-4 up.
Yeah.
And I missed the ball, cut down the rail. I shouldn't have missed it, but it was a bit tentative which way to go, whether to come back out or whether to hold for the one in the middle. But
yourself, I know when I was here this morning, you come obviously to help with the running of the show and all the rest of it. So I know you've had a full day. Did you have an early match, or was it at 9 or?
No, I played at 10, but I was in here by 8:45, I think.
Yeah.
So it's been
a long hard day. Yeah. Well, congratulations or commiserations, whichever you want to look at it. This is your second qualifier. And how did, in the first event, did you...
I lost to Jordan Watkins first round.
So progression, that's all we can say
at
the moment. So
next time... They're tough events. Qualifying in itself, especially from Cardiff, is tough. So. And
just a heads up on that, anybody I've spoke to today, how many did you have coming through the Cardiff league?
We've got 4 places.
4 places.
So I think off the top of my head, there's 30 players.
So
and there's 2 or 3 elite players that have played in 2 qualifiers, and haven't qualified one IPA professional.
Yeah.
So it goes to show how tough.
It is a testament to it, and also it's also a great opportunity for the grassroots to work their way through the lower leagues where there's not as you said the premium players. They got a chance to get playing against those kind of players.
I mean, you look at I touched on it last time in the last event. You look around the room, and there's a lot of faces that I haven't seen. And I've been around for 25 years and more. And you look around today, and there's a lot more new faces. So it's definitely it's definitely working. It's definitely bringing players through
and today
giving players an opportunity.
I was here for the first one, and today I've seen maybe 20 new faces that wasn't here last time round. So it's not the same people as qualifying every time. So it's always a great chance for everybody else. I think the IM is the way to go forward for the WPA. I'd like to shake your hand and say thank you very much for all your hard work and commiserations on your final. All the best. Take care. All the best. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the interview came over. It was a bit of a rush job at the end, but thank you both to Curtis and for giving us that chat at the end. Hope everybody's enjoyed it. That'll be me signing out, and hope to see you and speak to you all in the next IM main event. Take care and get home safely.